Yo, yo, what's the deal? It's the Real Talk Podcast. It's your boy, Phrase. And today we got the GTA government. It's a beautiful thing. And we're going to do a deep dive into the chaos and creativity of Los Santos. Each week we explore stories, strategies, and culture just that will make the GTA universe phenomenal. But whether you're a seasoned player or just getting started, you're going to join up on us and make sure you get your eyes open, your ears open as we unpack the latest updates. We're going to share some tips and we're going to connect with our ever growing community. I'm your host, Phrase, and this is brought to you by the International Real Ones. And here we have GTA government. How you guys doing today?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks for having us.
Awesome, awesome, man. So, I've been hearing a lot about you guys. A lot of people are interested in what you guys are bringing to the game and to the platform and to the community. And I know you guys are very busy because you have a very big following on Instagram. So I just want to say on the behalf of the guys, thank you all for showing up, being patient with us, and just being a part of our program.
Yes, sir. We truly appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, man. So let's get into it, man. First things first. What made you guys start this GTA government?
So, so we didn't start out obviously as the GTA government. Long ago, we all started on. A lot of us started on PS3 together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Dad Hunter here with me on my right. Dad Hunter is the leader of the WIC organization, but has always been one of the leaders of the GTA government. And like I said, we started as a group of gamers, 2014-ish, something like that. And along the way, we developed a following and such a fan base that we wanted to do something positive with it. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
we found, the GTA government.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys take on issues that are brought to y'all, or do you guys just kind of govern the daily, um, what's the word, operations of like open lobbies, or do you guys only govern people that are members of your community? Like, how does that work?
So we operate in more of a blanket fashion.
Mm.
Um, so no, we do not fight crime. A lot of people ask us that. So a lot of people ask us that. We get that question a lot. So there are LSPD crews, many of them, and that's their lane. We want them to be able to enjoy that, and we want them to be the best at it. Of course, we have military crews and different type of protection crews, and everybody do great jobs at what they do. Um, and like I said, we let them have their lane. Whether it be role play or whether it be, like you said, players who may help govern public sessions, try to make it a little bit smoother for players, different things like that. Now, for us, we don't, we wouldn't call it, it's not like we do it only for ourselves, but we're more like a staple.
Mm.
We're an example of the luxurious lifestyle. And not when I say luxurious, I don't mean like money wise. I mean just all of the things that's enjoyable about Los Santos. All of those things are available to each player. And I think sometimes people forget that because they're getting chased by a rocket bike, right? But there are players, whether it be private sessions, sometimes it's public sessions. You'll run into those people that start in random car meets and stuff like that. All of those people still exist, and we represent all of those people, all the different groups around the GTA community that's doing good things for the community.
Okay, that's fire. That's fire. So that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Um, what are some challenges that have you have faced that have shaped your outlook on this GTA government thing?
Um, that's a good question. I think the biggest challenge was the fact that everybody thought we were crime fighters. So it's hard, a lot of times to connect with certain people who don't necessarily have a liking for those type of communities, or because who wants to invite an FBI group to their session, and then next thing you know, the FBI groups is trying to take down the most important people in the session. We cherish people on, we cherish the gamers here on GTA. I understand. I never think nobody take themselves too serious. I think if you love Los Santos the way we do, you should take it serious. um, so we never fault people for misunderstanding, who exactly we are. But for most people, once they meet us, they can clearly see that we're literally here to encourage a good time. Never here to be the dark cloud. Never here to be the authority figure. If you're gaming with the right people, you don't necessarily need security. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Well said. Uh, just to like go back to some of the people that might not know you guys, do you mind introducing you guys yourselves as far as GTA government and being the president and all that for the GTA viewers?
Okay, well, myself, UPT Pope. I'm the president of. I'm sorry. Should I start now?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right. So myself, I'm UPT Pope. I'm the president of Los Santos. And then on my left here, I have Madam Secretary Pocahontas. She is the Secretary of State, one of the most valuable members here on our team. Not that everybody ain't valuable. And then on my right here, we have my longtime friend, one of my closest and dearest partners along this journey, which is Dad Hunter. And Dad Hunter is also one of our leaders, main leaders of the Secret Service.
That's dope. That's dope. Did you what about my man's in the back right there in the first suit,
Which one?
right behind you?
Uh, that's Cougar. Okay, so Cougar is one of Hunter's associates, also one of our newest Secret Service members. So
Okay, Secret Service. That's
yes,
dope.
sir.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yes, sir. And then I can introduce everybody. We also have Babylon, which is the one with the red tie over in the corner. He is our chief financial advisor, so he makes sure we don't go broke. We have Tech Knight. Tech Knight is one of our lead councilmen, and he is also our he is like the head of the like wardrobe. So he makes sure that in all of our pictures, everything that we do has like the right colors and the right feeling and the right lighting and all that cool stuff, the right clothes everywhere we go. So Ashley is good for that. And Biggest Bird is the uh, Biggest Bird is actually the head of security. So he's on top of all of that cool stuff. Let's see who else we got here. We got Uvex, longtime friend, longtime Secret Service member. And Ark is one of our newer Secret Service members as well. And also, I do want to say, even though some of these players are new to the Secret Service team, they're not new to the family. They are. Dad Hunter also has his crew, the Wick Enterprises organization. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call him a crew. He does have an organization, the Wick Enterprises organization. They're a protection agency, and some of these guys, well, anytime a player becomes Secret Service, they they almost had to have spent some time as a Wick Enterprise member.
Okay,
So,
that's dope. That's dope. What do it take to become Secret Service? Like for the people that would like to be Secret Service in the future, what would you say to them?
so the best thing to do is become a part of the team. The best way to become a part of the team is to go to the gta.government.support page on Instagram. There you'll be able to find one of the community leaders, and they'll be able to connect you with the team. And just the way that we do things, the way we keep it smooth, it is a ancient, I gotta say, like an ancient recipe the way that we do things. So really the only way to really lock in and get all that information that they need, they just have to introduce themselves.
Okay, okay, that's dope. That's dope. You guys
So
do like background checks or anything like that? Like, how does that work? 'Cause I know it's the government, so like, yeah, background checks or like, can anybody just join up or like, do they have to have some type of previous experience and things like that? Like, how does that work?
Okay, so we on the Real Talk podcast. We're gonna
Yeah,
give
no
it to
doubt,
you.
no doubt.
So you do have to be dedicated. That first message, that first initial response on social media, you probably won't actually be able to meet with an organization member for another month. And that cushion gives, it's kind of like if you was purchasing a firearm, right? They give you that little cushion to make that little cool down period. Even if you did want to possibly do something crazy a month ago, after waiting another month to even speak to somebody, you probably forgot about it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's pretty
And
dope,
then
man. I see what y'all doing.
yeah, and then we do have to, like I said, you do have to spend some time with some organization members that's not necessarily going to be doing Secret Service stuff. You don't go into learning all the secrets, and obviously not the first day. So you'll probably have to spend, I don't know, 3 months hanging around some crew members. And then eventually somebody will notice what you're doing and notice that on your way up, and they'll invite you to a certain meeting and have certain conversations, whatever it's based on, and then hopefully be able to bring you to a different position in the organization.
so I got some more questions for you guys. Sorry. I wanted to know. After I was looking at your Instagram, I see a lot of your content is your quotes, your captions are all like motivationally based.
Yes, sir.
Um, what kind of put you in the mind space to bring that to the GTA community?
Well, for a long time, like I said, we've been doing this a long time, and we always, our focus is quality, right? So in our private sessions, we make sure that there's no harm pedestrians, no broken windows, no crash pedestrian cars. We just like things to look good.
Hmm.
Whenever we want to take a picture, this is how we think about it. Whenever our camera team is looking for content, we don't want to have to change locations. Wherever we are, we can turn that into a photo shoot.
I like
So
that.
we have to keep yes, sir, thank you. So we have to keep everything clean, and I wanted other people to be able to experience the same thing, and not only in our sessions. And we do have our ways of trying to push that narrative. Instagram is definitely a good one, but just in general, everything that we do, everywhere that we go, we do try to remind players that if you just keep things clean and you just have a good time, everybody can have a good time. And that's really what it's all about, on Instagram. It's just about reminding players that they can just enjoy the space of Los Santos.
Yeah, that's
And you
dope,
should,
man. That's really sick.
yeah, and you should be able to also, because Los Santos is a lot of people's favorite place to be, favorite
Yes,
place to
sir.
go hang out.
Some people grew up here since they was a little kid. Oh,
On
me.
God,
You
for
know
Yeah.
what I
real.
mean? So yeah, no doubt, no doubt. What would
Um,
you say to the? I heard you mention the police people out there. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know it's like a lot of different GTA police departments and things like that. So just to be clear, you guys got your own police department, or you guys don't really? Are you guys in communication with the police departments? Or like you guys pull over people, or like how does that kind of work?
So no. Um, Now, what I will say is, if we're in a public session, we do go to public sessions when we have our parades. Our parades is like big groups of us going to public sessions, pretty much saying hello. Um,
That's pretty cool.
and even if, thank you, and even if I'm just in a public session or we're just in a public session and we hanging out, if we see somebody like getting bullied, are we gonna turn the other cheek? Probably not. If we are engaging to help a player, we're not necessarily saying that it's the GTA government helping. So nobody really knows who's helping, you know?
Yeah, I feel
I
that.
No,
guess it's just
100%, 100%.
As if the GTA guys just came down one day and helped you out.
I mean, that's hey,
You
but
know what I
that's a
mean?
great way of moving because now you
Yeah,
don't have people coming to this entity for help essentially because you know how some people can be. They can cry
yeah,
wolf and things like that. I feel like it keeps it really real, and I like that. So
yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, we probably wouldn't mind helping, but obviously we're not here to entertain criminals. And
mm,
one thing is it's like it's like a mind game. It's like a mind trick. If there's a player that is obviously a griefer, if you ignore him, then you're winning. If you engage and even get annoyed by it or whatever, then you just giving him a tad bit of what he want, and all he'll take a
exactly.
tad. Yeah, he'll take a tad bit over nothing. So
Hmm.
anytime it comes to us, we do not speak in game chat. Even if we do have to engage in anything, we
man, I
never
like y'all.
speak.
Y'all just quiet. Y'all don't even talk to the randoms.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
we do
Yeah,
not
that's
speak
dope.
in game chat
straight
Cause
unless
for
belt
we.
to
what?
ass.
There's no reason to even speak to them. I mean, most of
Yeah,
them be
and
toxic anyway. So it's like,
one of
yeah,
the things that I learned is that because obviously most players are not normally out 14 members strong at a time, we normally are no less than 10 members strong anywhere, even at the clothes store. So, with that being said, they can't actually beat us. Even though they don't know who we are, we're still a big group of
the numbers is
players.
there.
And yeah, we look like an organization. So, obviously, they challenge us. So, like I said, obviously, they can't beat us in the game. So, arguing in the game chat and screaming all of these obscenities, that's like a way for them to feel like they won. But if you never give them that either, then it's just all a loss. You know what I mean? And we never fight. You'll never see 10 of us just dogpiling somebody in a session. More than likely, it's gonna be one of the guys with the tech gear. He gonna sweep them up real quick because most of these guys don't. I'm not saying that they bad at the game, but we know some people that's good at the game.
Yeah,
So
I
we let
feel
one
that.
or two people sweep them up. Eventually, they lead a session, and we do it in the form of that person learning a lesson. The next
Right.
time you see a big group of people enjoying themselves, let them enjoy themselves.
Right, you mind your business and you going about your way. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
not, yeah, definitely. But also, you mentioned criminals and things like that. It's a lot of criminals in LS. So even the police be criminals. You know what I mean? So I was just wondering, like, what would you say to the people that are portraying to be police departments and end up being criminals? You know what I mean? Because not too long ago, I was in a public session. I got pulled over. I stopped, and I end up getting beat by the police. So, what does the GTA president and the government got to say about that? That's all I was wondering.
I would say there's a thin line between role play. There's three different lines here. You have the role play community, you have the content community, and then you have those players that actually live in Los Santos, right?
Right,
And so some of the people that live in Los Santos aren't necessarily content creators. Most of the people
right.
that live in Los Santos are not content creators. Most of the content creators are not people that live in Los Santos.
Okay,
Most of
yeah,
the role play people are just role play people.
yeah, no doubt.
And the thing about role play, whatever outfit you're wearing is who you are. The difference with us is we're first of all we're a private organization, so anybody that's familiar with us, anybody that's familiar with our positions, these are like Madam Secretary. She's actually an appointed member of the GTA government. So even I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to talk about no different games, but but no matter where she goes, she's Madam Secretary. So I said that to say, this isn't something that turns off when we don't change our clothes when we leave here. You know.
Yeah,
So
100%.
for those players, the players that take serious what they doing, whether it be the military, some people they seem like a military, but then you see them doing something other, or you see them in
Right.
public sessions just like destroying people because they have the numbers.
Right.
They're they're a different type of people. They're doing it for another reason, and in those cases, those can't be verified agencies. I guess I'll say,
Right. Definitely.
you know.
Definitely.
Hey,
Definitely,
hey,
man. Definitely.
I got a question on your perspective of the state of the RP community because I'm not gonna lie, brother. That quote you just hit us with, the three lines, bro, that shit
That was
that was
cold. I
dope.
ain't gonna
That was
lie.
cold,
That
gang.
was
I ain't
some
gonna
real
lie.
shit.
That was some real
Yeah.
pimping right there.
Now it
I
just got me
appreciate you
just
saying
thinking,
that.
looking at people differently. On me,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
feel me?
Y'all niggas, yeah, on me. Good shit.
So,
Yeah.
so how do you feel about the state of the RP community, specifically on console? I know there's a larger RP community on PC, but you can talk about both. Actually, I'm not going to limit it. Just want to know what you think about that.
Well, I think it's divided, right? I think if people want to be good at something and they want to see something prevail, then they should also support the other people that's helping them make it prevail.
Mm,
It's a lot of ego involved. A lot of people
mm.
want to be the best instead of all just being good at it. You know what I mean?
So you feel like
So
it's kind of it's not as welcoming as they make it seem.
yeah, and also with that being said, it's you said that perfectly. Welcoming is a great word. It's
Thank you.
not as welcoming, yes, sir. It's not as welcoming as they making it seem, and the energy behind it, even though in front of you they make the energy a certain way to make it seem like it's welcoming, the fact that there is negative energy inside of it
Mm-hmm.
or inside of certain situations. If and I'm not even saying that I know anybody that has negative uh energy
Mm-hmm.
in their organizations, but if there is negative energy inside of your organization, then you have to know it's going to spread, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll however far it spreads is up to the leaders of those organizations. One of our goals and one of the things that we actually do, one thing about us, man, everything that we do, we actually do. This is not something that we're trying to get started. So we actually do meet with large, um, large organizations. We meet directly with crew leaders, and we spread this exactly what we're saying right now, the unity, and for people to actually do better, it would be better if those people was on the same page, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously we all on the same game, and then you got this person who may have 15 people in his role play server, and you got this person that may have 30, or this person who might have 20. Why not do it together?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Or why not start a Discord where people can leave and go to different neighborhoods and all be able to communicate with one another, or
Mm.
something like that, you know?
Yeah, really bringing it together essentially without
Really bring
the
it.
invisible wall of, I guess, the cynical invisible wall, the hypocrisy and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and it's always a person. I've noticed over time that there's always a person who they let the division become an issue. And it's
Mm,
like the person has never done anything to you, but because you just never really gained, no type of friendship or nothing with the person, and you just automatically assume that y'all against each other because that's the norm in GTA, obviously.
mm-hmm,
Or you feel like they trying to outdo you or something. Like I've even had a few people that told us that we were trying to do things like them,
mm.
however crazy that sounds.
Oh, very.
And yeah, but and even if we did admire what you were doing, let us admire. Because if someone admired what we were doing, I get messages sometimes from people saying, "We appreciate what you do and you inspire what we do," and we
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Yeah, because you're growing the community through positive reinforcement, through good merit, a good show of character, essentially. So that's real.
No.
Absolutely.
Um, when it comes down to selecting new members, is it a quantity over quality thing, or is it you looking for the best type of people, level-headed individuals that can help govern? Um, what are you guys looking for exactly?
We just all ended up outside of the agency.
Oh damn.
I'm not gonna lie, my PS5 just turned off.
Oh fuck.
1 second. Sorry
You
about
got
that.
it.
I'm
I'm
about to
talking
say
about
Sure.
turned
I
off.
can
No
go to mines.
notification, no nothing. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I can go to mines real quick. I'll invite you guys.
All right.
But yeah, that question I just asked, just hold that thought. You know what I mean?
You got it.
Thank you, brother.
I'm loading back in now. My bad. It's all bad.
Nah, you good. It can't be worse than last night when the whole server went down.
Yeah, that was all bad too.
Not
But
gonna
No,
lie, for a second I thought this was happening.
I'm saying my shit just turned like completely off. This is the second time I did that today. And here's the doubt. I'll actually clean my PS5 earlier, and like I probably fucked it up. Oh man, it's all good.
Yeah, that was crazy though. So the whole the whole server just went down yesterday. Like, what was that?
I heard a couple different stories. I thought it was just down because it just went down, but obviously PlayStation servers haven't went down like that in a while. They said that somebody hacked the server, but I don't want to say that and it's not true. So
Hmm, that's
yeah,
crazy. That's insane. I wonder why.
I
I
don't know.
wonder
Whoever
why.
did that was diabolical, man.
Yeah, like what were they trying to get out of it? That's why I'm like, what the fuck could be in the server that's worth hacking it?
Well,
Maybe
from
they
what
just
I
shut it
heard,
down to tell people to go to sleep,
that
rest
would
for a
have been
minute.
nice. That would have been nice. I think the whole world got some sleep last night, boy.
Me, I definitely was like, that's crazy. I didn't attempt to log in though. The homies were all talking over text, and niggas started sending screenshots. I'm like, damn, it's like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we was actually all getting ready to come through yesterday. Probably, but would have been way more of us too.
Yeah, but shit, man, I appreciate the ones that made it, man, because I know how I get. It gets super tricky.
All right, we in the office with it.
Yeah, we in the office with it. Hey, Billy, you want to just stand at the head of the table? All right, you wanna keep it going, Billy, or we're gonna wait on Keys? How we feeling?
You can pick it
All
up,
right.
bro. I'm loading back in right now. Just send me an invite. I'm like 90%, and then
Okay, bet.
I'll just pick up.
Okay, bet. All right. So yeah, the last question I asked, you go ahead and give us your response,
All right,
or
so
do you
you
want
was
me to?
asking.
Yeah, basically, when you're doing your recruiting process, getting in players for the government, are you looking for like level-headed individuals that can govern? Is it a quality over quantity thing, or like what exactly comes into play, or what is the criteria somebody would have to meet?
So we do not have like you don't have to necessarily be one of the governing members. It's more like a maturity thing. We do want everybody to be able to be mature professional gamers. So yes, we do look for professional gamers. Anytime you see anybody with us, it's going to be a professional gamer.
Mm,
Um, and we don't have necessarily an age requirement. It's not like you got to be 18. Um, There are some mature younger players. When I met Hunter, who is to my right, and Hunter is actually in charge of allowing members to join. So he'll be able to speak a little bit on this as well. But when I met Hunter, he wasn't even 10 years old. So, and of course, this was a long time ago. But it's just like I said, like you said, it's more of a quality thing. And obviously, we do not have a lot of members. I think the GTA government has maybe less than 140 members. The Citizens of Los Santos is our public crew. That one may be close to 200 players. And also, if there are any Citizens of Los Santos members that do want to contact the GTA government, feel free to send us a message on the Instagram.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
Yes, sir. And
So, like we
also,
said before,
I'm
it's
sorry.
time spent. When we bring you in, it's not specifically for this is what you're good at. It's time spent. And we go based off of what we learn about each other because we are constantly learning new things about each other. So we use what you're good at. It's not just what you think you're good at, it's what we know you're good at. And you learn that with time spent. That's why, Poke said earlier, it's time spent. We don't just bring you in and then in 1 week it's like, oh, yes, here's where you're going to be. It's not that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to spend time with everybody. You have to be consistent. We're like a family. And you have to spend time.
Yeah, it's
And
important.
each position is specifically tailored for that player. So we don't have a list of openings. But like she said, based on what a player is good at, what we find out about a player, where that player fits best, then that player earns a title, not exactly a
Mm.
position.
So you got to really uh, claim your claim your spot over there. You can't ain't nothing given. It's all worked for, and I think that's beautiful. It's definitely a good way of vetting people. I imagine you've had some. Well, I hope not to imagine, but I'm pretty sure somebody has probably tried to join you guys' crew, a seeming, excuse me, not crew, organization, seeming to be somebody that they weren't. You guys ever had any type of situations like that?
Uh, Kinda. So our recruiting process, like I said, it takes so long. And it doesn't take long because we don't want new members. But just like you said, you do have players that sit down and come up with certain type of plans to try to maybe place a mold or whatever into the organization. And trust me, they'll get tired of waiting. The organization is a private organization. We do not actually need new members. So I'm not saying that we don't enjoy new members, but
Yeah, you're not
um,
looking.
yeah, we're not actually looking, and we actually have a recruiting process. So we actually scout our members most of the time, and we choose them. So and also we meet players on the fly a lot. So obviously those players haven't had time to sit down and make a whole plan. Um, but one player has successfully snuck or wiggled their way back into our organization, and that is Tech Knight, one of our highest ranking members. A long time ago, he ended up being removed from the crew, but it was only for a disturbance. Anytime there's a disturbance in our organization, the player is separated. So a long time ago, this guy got separated, and later on, he came back to the organization and under a different name. It
Oh wow.
wasn't until it wasn't until I thought he was doing so well, I wanted to give him a promotion on the Rockstar Social Club page, and I asked him his name, and he said he didn't know his name on the Rockstar Social Club page. And as I narrowed it down, because we don't have that many members, I've noticed that his Rockstar Social Club name was the old name that I kicked out of the crew before, and I was like,
Oh
wait a
wow.
second.
What a fucking dummy.
Yeah, but like I said, he is one of our highest ranking members today. He's here with us today,
Sorry about
and
that, brother.
He was very, very sneaky.
yeah, but that's my guy. That's my guy. He
But y'all
is
Yep.
one
figured
of
it
our
out.
highest ranking members. He is one of the most intelligent people I know, and that's the only reason why he was able to rejoin the organization
Mm.
under a new name. You have to be a certain type of individual to even do that.
All right.
Nah, for sure, for
You're
sure.
showing
Um,
loyalty to the crew
we
already.
we've actually had our experience with things like that as well. You know, it does get pretty tricky. You know, because you want to grow your organization, you want people to be a part of this thing. You know, you want people to be and feel welcome to at least try to earn a spot at your table. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's a crazy story.
I would like to add something there.
Most definitely. Hey, Praise. Let's go ahead and come back to the agency and
Oh yeah. I was
go
about
ahead
to
and
say, yeah,
finish
we're
it up.
gonna move back to the spot. And once everybody stands up, you'll see you got to invite back to the original venue.
You got it.
Thank you guys for being understanding.
Yeah, it's no problem.
On the move again.
Young Keys Agency.
Man, somebody tapping X with everything they got.
That's me. Sorry, gang. I'm on this portable. Sometimes it get a little tricky with this thing, so I gotta like overcompensate.
I'm telling you.
It's a cool device, but it has like a quarter second, half second lag depending on your Wi-Fi connection.
I just started seeing those things.
They're
They
pretty
they
cool.
too they just too small for the eyes for me.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I will get a headache if I play this thing for like 2, 3 hours.
Yeah. But I wanted to say, um, you were saying that, like you said, sometimes we want to grow our organization, and it is hard for us to move forward when we just know how many of those, I don't want to call them a bad name, but those people that, but maybe someone who you remove from your organization or just somebody who just don't like what you're doing. Two things. There are going to be millions of people that have a problem with what you're doing, but there's also going to be millions of people that's ready to jump in and support what you're doing. So you do want to make sure that you leave the door open enough for them. And also, a friend of mine told me when I was having the same problem that we were talking about, not wanting to. I mean, I'm always reaching out, but I had to be super careful when reaching out. And what he said was, are you really going to let this person or those persons stop you from everything you want to become?
Mm, that's deep.
There's only a few people, and however many there, it could be a million of them, but those million are not going to stop us from what we have to do. So if we got to beef it up a little bit, if we got to carry rocket launchers, then so be it.
For
Most
sure.
definitely. Whatever it takes.
Yes,
I
Let's
sir.
mean,
see. I was gonna ask, you guys have like a vice president, or like will there ever be a vice president? You guys don't have a vice president.
Yes. So we do have a vice president. He is not with us tonight. He's actually in Canada. His time zones is different. His work times is different. So
Most definitely,
he's
most definitely. What's his name?
he does know that we're here, and he did want to make it, but he wasn't
Okay.
able to.
well, shout
And
out to the
also,
VP.
Yeah. Shout out to the VP, man.
thank you. And also, so the president and vice president can change.
Right.
Any player that will take the time and basically the courses and everything that it would take to transfer all the information to that player, you know, any player that proves that they can handle that has a shot at becoming the president. Of course, obviously, they do have to be a part of the GTA government, and, things like that. But me being the founder of the GTA government, that's one thing that we can't change. But yes, the president and vice president can change. And we actually have a one of our former vice presidents here tonight,
Which is who? Who was the former vice president?
which is Tech Knight at the edge of
Tech
the
Knight?
table.
This
Okay,
nigga
okay.
do everything. I'm scared of this nigga.
Yeah, that's
This
pretty
nigga a
cool,
Don't
man.
hacker.
forget
This
me.
nigga
Don't forget me,
president.
Pope.
I
He
told
called
y'all
him
he
a hacker.
was
I'm dead.
very, very sneaky.
I'm
Yeah.
dead. That's what's up, man. Hey,
Looks
what's
can be deceiving.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. Like I said, our organization actually began at the end of 2013,
oh
and some
wow,
of the players here we've been around for a while. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hey, yo, Tech Knight, can you tell us a little about yourself, bro? Oh, his
you
mic
there, Asher?
muted. It's all good. It's all good. His mic muted.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting that nigga to come on sounding like Darth Vader. All the stories I done
Nah, yeah, it's all good, man. Nah, that's what's
No,
up,
he
man.
No,
actually
you
does
didn't.
sound like Darth Vader.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
heard.
Closer.
Hey, so you guys been doing this crew for a while. Do you guys celebrate any types of like anniversaries? Do you guys do like a organization day, Independence Day, essentially?
We do have a annual yacht party. That's always fun. Bring out the jet skis and some submarines and all kind of aquatic vehicles. That's always cool. And also it's we always here. We always together. We always having a good time. So even like we literally celebrate by mistake. I think we had a small celebration before we got here.
Yeah, we did.
So
Hey,
yeah.
ain't nothing wrong with
That's
having a
dope.
good
That's
party,
dope.
man. Ain't nothing wrong with having a good party, man. It's all about the
I
vibe.
was,
It's all about the family.
yeah,
But national holidays, we spend a lot of those together. We at least pass through and wish everybody happy holidays. But yeah, for the most part, it's our main yacht party. We did do the GTA 10-year anniversary party. That was nice. And
pretty
also
cool.
we visit events. So other players who have maybe a car meet or penthouse parties and things of that nature, we actually do come out and visit events.
That's good. Yeah, always networking and things like that. I was gonna ask, you guys have like other females in your crew, or like Miss Pocahontas? What would you say to like future females coming into GTA, or like like just starting off in GTA? Because when you start off in GTA online, it's a little different than already being in an organization and the crew or having friends and things like that. So, just wanted to know your perspective on that.
You there, Pocahontas?
Yeah. In this organization, respect is everything. It is so hard in the GTA world for a female gamer to be respected. It is very tough for a female gamer to be taken seriously. In this organization, it is not like that. I am equal. I am respected. I am treated like a human. I can come in and play every day and I don't have to hear negative things, nasty words just because I'm a female gamer. And so that makes it hard for other female gamers.
Definitely.
You got to think about that. And you got to think about, people other gamers you've come across and heard how they speak to female gamers. It's disrespectful and it's rude.
Right. Most definitely.
And
Within
I
this organization, that is, there is a zero tolerance for it. Zero.
and I would also like to add too really quickly. Um, like Pocahontas said, respect is everything, and self-respect is everything. And being that the women, the female gamers, the lady gamers that are involved in our network, we don't have many female gamers in our organization, but we do have a lot of female gamers that we know that we're good friends with. And with that being said, um, self-respect is just as important as the respect others have for you. And as for women gamers representing the GTA government, there is a certain level of elegance required. And not saying that other female gamers can't meet those requirements, but sometimes those requirements are distasteful for some people. They want to be, they want to be pretty, they want to have a lot of fun, they want to be,
Right.
they're in the game. They don't
You
want to have
talking
to
that
take it
talk right
serious.
now. Yeah, I feel
And
that.
sometimes they're just not ready to take the game that serious, and that's the only reason. It's not that we're not for female gamers and that they're not welcome, but we don't want to bore them with our policies.
It's not for everybody.
No,
Basically,
hundred
that's it.
percent.
Most
It's
definitely.
definitely the few, the chosen, the Marines. Are, you got to be on it sometimes. You feel me?
Right.
Like
Yes,
it's,
sir.
I would definitely rather have 10 people that actually want to be there than 100
Right.
people that feel like they got to be there because the team morale is just gonna be very.
100%. And at the same time, it's like you doing them a favor because it's a thousand other places that they might be good in. You know what I mean? You never know. So if they're not good here, you might be good somewhere else. But I mean, y'all heard it here first. If you want to be here, it's gonna take something, guaranteed. But also, I was gonna say, what would you guys say to like the people that be using glitches and things like that, and cheating and getting money in modded accounts? It was a recent uh, modded account wave ban that went around. What you guys say to those type of things? You guys have people in your organizations that have modded accounts?
So modded accounts, not only modded accounts, but glitches in general. Um, I think that I don't see anything wrong with a person. Um, maybe if you just needed an account for money, right? Let's say the people who lost their accounts when they switched to PS5, you don't necessarily want to start all over, right? So if you were to purchase you an account so that you could get all of your items back, I understand. Now, for the people that buy those abilities to grief, they want to make sure they got money for rocket bikes and tanks, and then what I think is the fast run or whatever it is. The different things that people use to make like fights unfair and things like that. To those people, obviously, that's negative. That's I don't even want to say negative. It's just it's it's unbecoming of a gamer. And the reason why I say that is because if you want to kill me, why do you want to take away my chance of being able to level the field if we're in a competition? Why enter a competition if you don't give the other person a chance to compete, right? So for the people who use the game exploits to abuse other players, I look down upon those people. But I don't see anything wrong with a person who knows how to, um, I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe get money or whatever that is, bro. And I think if you know a way to get money, to be honest, I think you should tell people. I don't see why you should keep it to yourself. I think you
All
should
right.
let other people know it could be some other people that could benefit from that. I'm not saying that it's okay to take anything from anybody. I'm not saying that it's okay to take anything from Rockstar. What I'm saying is it's already happening, and if you're gonna do it, do good with it. Don't use it to some people they get a lot of money on the game and then they use it to tell everybody else that they broke. You know what I'm saying? If you know he broke, then won't you tell him the secret? You know what I mean?
On me, motherfuckers
100%.
will hide that. That shit crazy.
There's a lot of people out there hungry right now that I know. Me, they hungry right now, looking for the sauce. You know what I mean? Guaranteed. Hey, but as the government also speaking about hunger and things like that, what would you have to say to like the people that's in poverty in GTA that don't got no money and things like that? You know what I mean? Because it is a homeless population on GTA. So like, what would you
Yeah.
guys have to say as a president and y'all being the government of GTA? What would y'all have to say to things like that? Yeah,
That is
they're
a
on the
great question.
political side.
That is a great question. So, and I'm glad Pocahontas, Madam Pocahontas, I love it when you hear. Madam Pocahontas is Madam Pocahontas is one of the richest people that I know in GTA, and also one of the hardest
Wow,
working.
that's
Also
what's
one of
up.
the hardest working. Every dollar that she gets comes from her facilities, or
I
from
grind.
her
I
businesses.
grind, I
Right.
Yes.
make money.
You ain't
I
cheating.
So
You ain't
enjoy that
scamming.
part of gameplay.
That's what's up.
uh,
You ain't taking the easy way out.
yeah, and
No.
the reason I
My
say
bad.
that is because at the end of the day, yes, we could say there's a problem with with the amount of money that maybe the missions give or the businesses give in GTA. We could say that there's a problem. However, if Madam Pocahontas was able to find a solution, then so should they. And also, being that it's so many people in the GTA community that do not play the game correctly. I don't care what game you're playing. If you're just running around wasting time, you'll never win. You can never beat the big boss until you get the right weapons. And in order to get those weapons, you have to do the side quest. So if you want to be able to become something in the game, you got to put your energy in that direction. If you're running around with your cousin Lil Ray Ray in a
Yeah,
public session hanging out the scat all night, he got a
Damn, what
scat.
Lil Ray Ray do?
yeah. He got Lil Ray Ray got the scat through
Lil
on
Ray Ray
me.
got the scat. You know, you in the passenger seat. You want a scat so
All right.
bad, but you stuck in the passenger seat because he already got his scat.
Oh,
You should be
thanks.
out doing what you have to do to get yours. And then if 90% of the GTA community was actually playing the game the right way, guess what? People would have more team members in order to help
Mm-hmm.
them sell and do different things like that, and more
And
people
you'd
in
have more
public
money.
sessions. Yeah, and more people in public sessions would be more willing to help people make money. And then if that doesn't work, then we should start trying to figure out what's wrong. But because we haven't tried that yet, we cannot say it doesn't work.
All right.
On
That's
me,
100% right. They
real
don't even
game right
want to. They
there.
don't want to put that work in. I watch
They not
people not
ready
want
for
to put
that
the work in.
conversation. Man,
Yeah,
listen,
one hundred
the hard
percent.
work that they avoiding is the money that they looking for.
And
Real shit.
it's not even hard. The one thing I say multiple times a day, work smarter, not harder.
Yes, ma'am.
100%. I got a
Yep.
question for Dan Hunter, bro. Uh, First, I want to say, I mean, you could just tell us, the viewers, just a little bit about yourself briefly. But my question was, like, before you became in this rank, in this position that you are in now, were you like a toxic player? Like, what type of player were you? You guys said y'all start playing on PS3, right? So, like, before y'all even got into this, I would just like to know what type of player were you? You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people start off being toxic players, killing people and things like that. But yeah, if you could just tell us a little about yourself.
All right. Well, um, I'd like to say that I'm a major part of the roleplay community in the world. That's kind of where I lie when it comes to the government. I can get I give the insight more on that end as well as their security. I PvP, I do a lot. I've been in the community for basically my whole life, I'd say, since GTA came out 2013. I met Poke. I was just a young squeaker, and some, I want to say, 17-year-old dude gave my squeakerness a chance, and I mean it
I was
developed
actually
me into.
19.
You were 19? My bad.
Yeah.
But um it gave me a chance to learn and develop into who I am now, and now I run my own guys. I run a team. I develop when I met Pope, I met him day one. Actually no, maybe like day 10 of my Grand Theft Auto journey. Online had just come out. I was playing with some friends. We ran into Poke, and he introduced us to a whole new style of gaming, which is almost exactly the same, maybe just with a little bit of more conflict. And from there, he gave me the chance to blossom and grow. And come PS4 days when we switched, I had ran into Poke again after not hearing from him because I kind of stayed back on PS3 till the servers. I'm not gonna say shut down, but till like it was pretty much the dead lands. And from that point, he was starting up the government, and this is when the government fully took place. and I became the vice president at that time. But I can say from my points of throughout the gaming career, I've been through everything, a little bit of milsim or military, role play, PvP, even griefing, unfortunately. And the fact that I can say I've kind of done a little bit of everything on this game, I can say that the way I play now and the stuff that we do is by far the best and most positive way to play that I think gives the most fun and encouragement to young players, new players, old players, veteran players, all of it. Just the way these guys run things, I encourage everyone to play this way and try this out, or at least try to see the game in their eyes, because that's what the difficulty with a lot of people is. They look at the game and they look at how we play, and they don't try to see it how we see it, and that's
Hmm.
the difference. Yeah.
I love that. That
100%.
was that was dope. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Yeah,
deep. That was a good lore. I love good lore. That
100%.
was niggas on PS3, the golden age. Niggas
Yeah,
turned it up, met back together, made this, and
100%.
now it's that. That's beautiful, bro. That's real fruition, man. So hey, man, shout out to the government, shout out to Pope, man. Shout out to the homie. That was a
Yeah,
beautiful, well spoken story, bro. And if all the months, oh, by the way, shout out to the live. We got a lot of people in the live right now. Shout out to the guys in there commenting and liking it up. We appreciate y'all, being patient with us and keep on watching. But what I was getting at is, if y'all listening, y'all paying attention, that was free game right there. Um, you know, you might not understand who you are. You might have to be next to somebody that can unlock that potential, but just be willing to listen and put your best foot forward, and anything can happen. Essentially, So yeah, shout out to the
100%.
guys, man.
I was well said for sure. What
Absolutely.
would y'all say to
Appreciate that.
like the people that's coming into RP? Because I mean, for some people, I mean, RP is not the easiest thing. I mean, we are RP crew ourselves. And I mean, international rules. Uh, yeah, man. So like, to the people that's coming into role play, what would you guys like? Or what would you say to them, bro? My bad, Dead Hunter. What would you say to like people just new to role play? You know, what I mean, 'cause sometimes it might be hard to, like you said, looking at someone else's different perspective and things like that. You know, so how would you? What kind of tips would you give to people that's new to RP?
Um, I'd say find a good group. Definitely find a group of people who's gonna make the perspective of role play, even if you're brand new to it or you've been doing it for a while and you're just looking for a good group. Find a decent group that's gonna make it enjoyable and make you want to stay. Because I mean, I've been in a few servers. There's a few servers that are biased. There's a few servers that are targeting. There's a few servers that are, just downright. I don't want to say bad because everyone interprets it in their own way, but there's some servers that just they treat their members a little worse, and that can discourage people. But like I said, you got to look at it from other people's point of view before you look at it through your own. Sometimes, a lot of people will never understand the role play communities, and that's completely understandable. It's not for everybody. Some people don't want to get on a video game about killing and making money, which this game's so much more, but they don't look at it like that, and they don't want to get in and but for some people it's an escape. It's a different reality from what they actually are, what just something that they want to do. Some people just find it enjoyable, and you got to find a good group of people who are going to make you want to stay and support you through it. I'd say honestly in this past month, without going too deep into it, I'd say I found a great group of people that now I'm helping manage. And it's quickly become one of the fastest growing console servers. So it really is just about finding a good groove and a good group of people. People
Yeah,
that
no
you get
doubt.
along with. Obviously, you can't get into an RP with people that you absolutely despise or can't get along with. That's just not going to work out in the end.
Most definitely. Do you guys okay? You mentioned like servers and things like that. Like I hear people say servers all the time, but it's like in these servers, is it just like are these jobs or are these like in session RPs and like what's kind of going on? Can you kind of tell the people who's never been into a server like what's that kind of like?
Yeah, there's a few different. Some people take it. I mean, with the addition of cop cars now, I think most of this RP communities out there on console have taken it to a free roam. But before, probably a few months ago, just before they added cars, maybe some are still in this phase. They would do in jobs to get the cop cars and without having to deal with police activity, and just because it can be a struggle when you're working with the limited resources you have.
Right.
But I think nowadays it's more just a Discord community, and then you load into a 30 to 32 person session, depending on how dedicated some people are. You load in, you do a brief. With at least the one I'm in, we do a brief, and a typical day is you brief in, you discuss just basic rules, you explain everything to anyone who's new, you make everyone feel welcomed, and greet everyone with just the same amount of respect and positivity that you'd greet, your own family with it on a day. And, from there, they would just let you go on, you be who you want. Obviously, they got rules you follow by. You don't just go out and play. I mean, in RP servers, you don't go out and play GTA normally. You
Right.
play as a character. You develop a storyline, which I guess you could say is kind of how the Wick Enterprise came to be in at the beginning, but it's definitely developed to a lot more. So I'd even say if you get into a role play community, even then you could find something that you're dead set on, and grow it to something a lot bigger than what you thought at first. So I'd say for people who are just getting into it, give it a shot. Even people who are just like heard about it but don't know, give it a shot. Enjoy it. I mean, if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to do it. That's the beauty of the game. This especially Grand Theft Auto, the citizens, everyone's got a different style of what they want to do. But I say if you get the chance, do everything you can at least once, especially while you can, because I mean, let's be real. Gaming's only going to be around for so long,
Right.
right? I mean, everything developing. So I say do it. I say go for it. Find a good server. Like I said, they can be pretty strict sometimes. They can be pretty lax. Find one that best fits your style of gaming and what you're looking for. If you're looking for a good roleplay server.
100%.
I actually wanted to add something to that too, if
No
I
doubt.
may.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
no
ahead.
doubt.
Hunter, real quick, if you remember, what is the what is a player's best weapon on GTA?
His mind.
Their voice.
Their microphone, exactly.
She's she ain't lying.
So that is one of our longest lasting rules of our organization. The one that'll never change. Your best weapon is your microphone. You have to be able to separate a public session from an organized session. So, like you said, for people coming into the role play world, even if you don't understand it, you will get a better chance to understand it if you don't think with the wrong weapon. Sometimes people get in, they have a misunderstanding with somebody, they have a shootout, and bam, you banned before you even get a chance to get to know anybody, and
Right.
you could have possibly met your best friend there,
All right.
just
For the
like
rest of your
we say
life.
all the yeah, we say all the time. I could be meeting the next, I could be meeting the next dead hunter, but if I shoot him the first time I see him, I probably never get that opportunity.
Right.
So people have to learn how to speak. Even if a person bothers you first, then say something to the host. Don't be that person who's too egotistical or who's just, there's no need to be the tough guy, because shooting a person, you don't actually harm the person. You
At
actually,
all.
if you actually wanted to get into a role play, at some point you're going to have to stop shooting people in the sessions that you join. Maybe you won't do it the first time and you'll get kicked out of that one, but somewhere down the line, if you're serious about joining these servers, you're going to have to stop shooting people. So I just want to say that, hopefully that message gets to some more people. Use your microphone. The gun is goofy. The guns are for missions, bro. That's for you to go and take money with Lester. They're not for you to kill your fellow players. You're
Hey,
supposed to start crews and organizations, and that's what your microphone. You think they gave us a microphone to argue with each other,
Exactly. To communicate.
to
real talk,
communicate?
real talk, man, real talk.
Exactly.
I wanted to say, like, I seen y'all hosted like an event. It was with the Sprunk versus like E. Cola. Can you tell us a little about, like, a bit about that? Because I drink both sodas. You know what I mean, so I just kind of want to know about that event and like y'all perspective on that event.
So that it wasn't actually an event on our end. It was like a viral thing going around. I think at one point maybe Rockstar had put out some new gear or something, so it kind of just made people start talking about it. And so everybody was doing these Sprunk versus E. Cola things, and we just kind of got involved. But it's kind of like just like it's a friendly competition. It's a friendly like a poll to kind of get conversation going and get people going back and forth. It never really gets disrespectful because it's two imaginary sodas, so it's easy for us to get involved in it. And also our camera team, they love those type of videos where it's Gallivanter versus I don't know, Cavalcade, those type of things. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how we
Shout
get involved in
shout
that.
out to the Cavalcade. That's one of my favorite whips. I be pulling up. Big
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Benz.
yeah. So what
oh
y'all
yeah.
drink? What y'all drink?
Yes.
Sprunk or E. Cola? Can I get that from all y'all? Like, what y'all is it like? Is y'all on the same side or Sprunk? Like, what y'all think?
I don't know. We may be divided. Some of us may be divided. I think I'm a Sprunk guy.
I would say
Okay,
I'm a sprung guy as
Oh, I
well.
think you're
Mr.
wrong.
President, a Sprunk guy. Okay, okay. Uh, Dare you say you a Sprunk guy too?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey,
I'm a
but I do
Sprunk guy
not want
too.
to lose my E. Cola followers, so we love E. Cola.
Hell yeah. Miss
Hey yo,
Pocahontas, what
hey
about
yo,
you?
I'm the E. cola. Okay,
E.
that's
Cola?
me.
Okay, hold it down for the E. Cola. What about you, Knight?
He
Type
drinks
shit.
anything.
Oh,
he
yeah, I'll feel that. No doubt, no
drink
doubt. What
water.
you about to say, Fraze?
he's a water
um,
type of guy.
Yeah, I feel that. Water is always good. Once y'all leave here, too, I got some snacks upstairs. Y'all go ahead and help yourself, Mr. President. You know what I mean? It's the least I could do.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
so
Coffee, water, whatever you need.
speaking of your followers, you have 27K. That's a lot considering the content and community that your audience. You know, it's kind of rare to see somebody with that much amount of followers, dedicated, commenting, liking. First off, shout out to that. Shout out to you guys for growing your community that strong. But
Thank you.
how long did it take you to do that? And like, what are some things that you kind of stuck to grow that following?
Um, so in the beginning, just like everybody else, um, everything starts slow. You know, it's kind of the snowball effect. Along the way, you'll get a couple good ones. You'll get some even better ones that'll just show people who you are. And we've had posts. I mean, over the time, let's say we started our Instagram maybe 2020, maybe 2020, 21, something like that. And from that time to now, we've reached maybe 7 million accounts, maybe a little more. So out of those 7 million, I mean, obviously 24,000 or 27,000 is very far from 7 million, but it's just about having enough content and entertainment for enough people to go ahead and follow and want to see what you're doing next, and also just consistency. Don't let your slow days be bad days, and don't let don't let those times be your only days because you're not on your way to the new days. You know what I mean? Because everything is gonna have
Nah, real
its
talk.
yeah, and when it was times where we were way more getting a whole lot more engagement, and I wouldn't say it slowed down, but in times that it did, we didn't let it discourage us. We knew that we still had a mission, we knew that we still had a message, and we're the deliverers of that message. So if we stop today, our message stops as well.
100%, man. No doubt. I feel that. Guaranteed. I was also seeing like on your page, y'all said once, clothing must match your success. You guys wear, business like business casual things like that. Can you tell us like why clothing must match your success? Just to the players, like we said earlier. I mean, players. There's a lot of different clothes out there. You
Yes,
guys
sir.
dress for success. You know what I mean? So, can you tell us a little about that?
So what that actually refers to, there are different, uh, there's different departments in our organization. So with that being said, let's say if, for example, let's say if, film, is it firm? I'm sorry, I'm sitting
Phrase.
too far away from the TV. No, I was actually looking at the firm over here in the tech gear. So let's say a
Uh,
firm or ARC, if they were promoted to an administration position, they would no longer be required, and in some cases, they would no longer be able to wear tech gear. And that's where your clothes match your success inside of the organization. The Law of Man, which is the document that says that the Law of Man is a short list of guidelines for members inside of the organization. So that's like I said, it just means that based on your level of whatever your rank is or your title or your level of importance, in some cases your clothes must match that. So if there's let's say if there's three people in the organization and all three of these people in this position wear the same outfit, and you're one of the people who say, well, I don't like that outfit, being that you're in that department, you do have to wear that outfit. And you can veto it. You can have the people in that sector or in that department, you guys can come together and possibly discuss making changes to the outfit, but then that has to go to admin and then admin will work it down. But that doesn't happen often because we have some nice outfits.
oh yeah, yeah, y'all came pretty fresh today. I like that. Guarantee
Yeah,
all y'all
yeah,
in here fly.
yeah. I'm pretty glad you brought that up because that was one of my questions. I was actually reading the government of Los Santos Law of Man when I was shown you guys' platforms, and I thought that was pretty interesting. To have a well spoken, well written, well presented guidelines that essentially not only does it help the crew, but it just helps the overall player have a better lifespan in GTA. Because you think about it, you know, the first thing that kind of really like stuck with me. I'm a big guy for accountability. Accountability to me is everything, and each member is responsible for the overall upkeep of our organization. That's so true, man. Because each one teach one. I
Yes,
always
sir.
say, two hands they wash each other, and then both hands come together and wash the face, and the face is the organization. And I think that's very important, man. I think that's pretty dope. Even if people don't join what you guys got going on. This is something that I feel like each player should at least take into consideration before logging into this type of situation.
Absolutely.
100%.
And that's why we made it a public note. I used to have it also on the president page, but that's why we made it a public note. And also we have had people in other organizations, players in other organizations that have told us that they use our law of man when it comes to training or recruiting and different things like that. There are different organizations that use that document as a blueprint, and that document was actually drafted by our administration team and written by myself and Tech Knight.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's
Yeah,
what's
I
up,
like
man.
that shit. I like that too. Definitely,
So,
with that document alone, definitely inspire somebody. My bad. Sorry to cut you off.
no, so I actually have a question for you, gentlemen, to
Go
kind of
ahead.
tie into the whole image that we carry and things like that. So let's just say all of these players came in here today looking the way that they did, and then my character came in lingerie and high heels. Would you take me seriously?
Whatever
Probably
floats
not.
your boat. I feel like
No,
I mean,
see?
I mean, I have an open mind to things, though. Like me personally, I wouldn't have judged you. I would have thought, wow, it's a little nice way to come in. Maybe she got some interesting things to say to add to the
See,
conversation. I
but
wouldn't
do you see
this.
that? But that is why we have the image that we do. It is so important that
Mm,
we all take each other seriously,
mm,
and
And
we
that
want to
also
look
goes
that
back
part as
to
well.
your clothes must match your success.
Yep.
100%.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I usually come through in a sprunk jersey, sprunk colored bands. But to say I used to mean the government throwing a little blazer. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Yeah.
come prim. You know what I'm saying? Come trim for the people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
You look
you gotta.
great.
Thank you so
You look
much. I
great.
appreciate.
You're
Thank.
welcome.
Hey man, I'm trying to just match our energy. You know what I mean?
True. No doubt. No doubt.
We
Also, I
appreciate
was
it.
gonna say I'm a big fan of like a couple of y'all, like 90 all y'all videos actually. Like I seen this one video. Y'all had this video of the police pulling somebody over and like a truck ran into him. Could y'all tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about that video? Cause like I thought that was super funny and super dope that y'all had that.
Well, and yeah, thank you
And
for
who made
that.
that video?
That's one of my
If you don't
favorite
mind me asking.
videos.
It's the best.
So all of our content, everything that you see on our page, we do ourselves. We never borrow content, we never borrow cameras. We only have one cameraman, but we do have a production team. So we have players that come together in order to make these things happen. Um, but we do have certain things that are staged, obviously, and we have certain things that just randomly happen. That situation, so Tech Knight, he actually just left for the evening, but he was um he was actually the person who got ran over. The vice president was in the police car, and myself was actually driving the semi truck. I probably ran Asher or Tech Knight. I probably ran him over like 6 times that day to get that shot. Um, and of course, one thing that was interesting about it is every time we damaged the semi truck, we had to get another one. So that was very interesting because we
Worth
couldn't
it.
redo the. And every time we damaged the cars, we had to fix them because obviously we couldn't do the shot with cars that were already damaged. They had to be damaged upon impact. So that was fun. And
That's dope.
it just the way it came out, man, that video went viral. It was definitely a nice one.
That's
I
dope.
I,
That's dope.
I think
Yeah,
that
that
video got mhm.
Rockstar definitely need to see that video, man. That video was super. It was like two of them like that. It was like one with a bow. Like I seen both of them. It was pretty cool though.
Yeah,
Too.
those I
Speaking of
appreciate it.
Rockstar, is there anything you guys would like to see improvements from the game or anything going forward? Or you guys got any hopes for GTA 6? Anything you guys want to discuss?
Myself personally, I would say it kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about like the homeless community. Until enough people come together and do it right, they cannot say that anything is wrong. We haven't seen the full capacity of what GTA 5 has to offer because of the players. It's not because of Rockstar. We haven't band together to do all that there is to do in this game. Most people who have a penthouse have never had a party at their penthouse. Most people have never been to a pool party. I meet people sometimes who've never been to a private session, never been to a car meet. The first time they went to a car meet was with us. So, with that being said, there's still so many people that haven't even scratched. They still just at the surface. So, um, and I mean, in regards to maybe GTA 5 being better, I think the GTA 5 player community has to do better, and I think that's where they'll find that satisfaction. And as far as GTA 6, I'm one of those people. I'm 100% open minded. I've been playing GTA since the '90s. I used to play Grand Theft Auto on a Game Boy Color, so that should let you know how old I am.
Seasoned,
Yeah, so
seasoned player.
I've played them all. I've played them all. So with that being said, I know GTA 6 is gonna be amazing. I know everybody got their speculations on what it's gonna be and how it's gonna be. I treat every update the same. I'll see it when it becomes available to me. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy about it. I'm excited for it, and I love to get information about it. But I'm so excited about it that I'm just ready for it to happen.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
100%. So, what would y'all have to like? I think y'all answered most of my questions. I'm not gonna lie. Couldn't have answered them better.
I want to talk
Or
about your content real quick. How much time does it go into making it look so realistic, like your editing style, filming, and things like that?
so our our camera guy. Okay, so now the actual okay, his name is Snowcat. Snowcat is the guy in Canada that is our vice president now. Um,
Um,
every video, every picture comes from VP. So he has all of that stuff in place. Now, as far as the setup is in the recipe. So we're almost always ready for the camera. And of course, being like Pocahontas said, our community is we're a small private group, but no one here is strangers. We all know what's going on here. We're all professional gamers, and we're all professional gamers for the GTA government. So with that being said, usually putting together scenes is just as simple as just letting people know what we're doing. 9 times out of 10, we're already together. And like as far as the editing and stuff like that, I've seen Snowcat when he made his first video. I can actually one day show you which one on our page. It's his very first video, and it's just he always wanted to do better. So, and we don't have a whole lot of we actually don't go to like YouTube and things like that to Google things. We don't get our research from outside of just one another. Everything that we work on together, and over time and different poses and different sunlights and all those different trial and errors, Snowcat became Snowcat. And so that bit of perfection is specific to the GTA government. We learned it here, we use it here, and that's all we use. So that's why everything on our page seems like it's coming from the exact same camera, and it's it has the same quality. That's because it does.
That's
Yeah.
that's 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 really sick. I don't think I've seen people creating content as crisp as you are that aren't using like other resources, the PC and things like that. So shout out to y'all for doing that, man. I think y'all bringing something new to the community. Well, not new, but something uh, higher
Bro,
frequency to the
my shit is bad.
community. I think that shit's sick.
Yes, sir. We
So I
appreciate
got
that.
one more question for you guys, man. So you can take your time with this one. You know,
Hey, my shit closed out. See if y'all can go to
uh,
Billy's agency.
man.
It's not, bro. My PS5 literally, like, bro. I'm
Nah,
just
it's
gonna buy
good.
a
It's
new
good. It's
one.
good.
That
We're
shit
gonna go back
tripping.
to my shit. You gonna go back. We gonna go back. Hey, you
That
guys
shit
mind
all
if we
bad.
take your Escalades over there?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, bet.
I don't know how many of us still here. Oh, we got quite a few people still here.
They'll have to if they not trying. Oh, you trying to drive? All right, bet. I'll set the waypoint. We can just go to my agency. It's not far from here. But while we're going over there, I'll go ahead and ask that question real quick, just so you can already have it in the air. When it's when you guys are faced with adversity, when you guys are faced with a problem, when you guys are quote unquote, I guess,
Oh man.
doing damage control, um, what do you guys um, what is the process of elimination? I want to know basically. I want to pick your brain on how you guys see justice as the GTA government, and what does that entail for the rest of the community, essentially.
So, you mind clarifying your question for me, just so I know exactly what to answer?
When it comes down to problem solving, what's the process
As far as like
for the blanket
problems.
the blanket of the, the GTA government. You guys operate as a blanket organization.
Okay.
What is, when it comes down to you guys fixing problems that your organization has faced, what is the process essentially? Because you guys are the government, you guys are governing. I just want to hear, are we going democracy? Are we republic, democratic?
You want me to answer that when we get inside?
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Good questions.
That was a great question.
Thank you. It's the last question, so we got to come with something that's
That
gonna
was definitely.
really,
Hey, I'm not gonna
you
lie.
know,
I'm not gonna lie. Just 1 second, because it's the last question, and I'm already logging in. I think we should just do this last question at the same spot, just so we don't got too many backgrounds. If y'all don't mind waiting, it's just gonna take 30 seconds.
yeah, it's up to you. I mean, we here at the
All right.
I'm
agency.
Oh yeah,
I
y'all
low
perfect.
already
key,
drove
I
there.
low
All
key
right, for
got
sure, for
this.
sure. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm just saying, so it's not too many, different
Yeah,
backgrounds. Because the last
yeah,
question, it definitely mattered, you know what I mean? So it's like, we could just run that back.
yeah. Now let's do it. Let's do it. I'll just invite everybody in, and then when you in here, we'll head over to you.
All right, send me an invite real quick.
Yep.
Just to everybody, like, this the first day my PS5 ever turned off like that. So now it's like, shit, ugly, bro. So, step back from
Now the tech get tricky. It's all good, man. The tech get real tricky.
Nah, we definitely get it. If you notice, almost, well, probably 99% of the posts on our page
Hmm.
is all in the daytime. So if you can imagine how many times we had to wait for the sun to come up, and it takes about, I don't know, sometimes about 40 minutes, I believe.
Yeah.
that. A good
Yeah, so,
photographer gonna wait for the sun to come up,
Forever
100%.
and a day.
and
Yeah,
sometimes the sun will come up and we'll still be setting up. So we'll have to wait for it to come up again
yeah.
for a clip or a picture that might take 8 seconds.
Right, I feel that. Hey, but don't, like, when you be waiting, don't it feel like it just be taking forever? Like usually, like when you're not waiting, it's just like it go by so fast. But like when you actually waiting for it to get daylight, that should just take all day for.
Or when you've been waiting for it to become daylight and the sun finally in the perfect spot and you look down and somebody got the wrong shoes on.
Yeah, that was burnt out.
Yeah, in our crew, we call that a pack out.
But, I went there, sent y'all invites. Go ahead.
I think I'm already. Yeah, I'm here. I could have already went upstairs. There goes somebody death tapping X again.
Man, that portable, man, that should be having me working overtime.
We're definitely getting
Um,
our steps in today. Definitely.
Nah, for sure.
Back and forth like 12 times. It really started off at the studio.
we definitely started off at the studio.
I like how y'all pulled up too. I like how y'all pulled up. I was not expecting that. We a lot of us wasn't expecting that. So definitely how
Really,
y'all pulled up was in style, man. That's dope.
we
That's super dope.
appreciate it. That's
Yeah,
actually a staple of ours.
This
Everywhere we
is.
go,
yeah.
we kind of come in an escort, but I can't really say that because we're not being escorted. We are the escort. We're just all together. So
Yeah, yeah, I like that, bro. It's like mine, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to say too much about our crew, bro, but we do the same, you know what I mean? So y'all might just one day see us in a public session escorted down the way, you know what I mean? I'm one of the leaders in the crew. You know what I mean? We got Billy Cut, he one of the leaders in the crew right here. To my left, he the cameraman. Shout out to cameraman for the podcast, you know what I mean? And we got Sid the Kid, he one of the leaders as well. But Yeah, we be riding through public sessions just like y'all, but I like how y'all pulled up though. Definitely.
Yes,
I never
sir.
forget that. You know what I mean? Y'all, first impressions is everything. Most definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. All right.
But all right, phrase. You want to just go ahead and pick up on your question, bro? I think your mic muted, bro. I see your mouth moving, but I think your
I
mic
can
muted.
hear him in the game chat.
No, I was saying it's all good. Just go ahead. You got the question. Go ahead, give us the game, brother.
All right. So, like you said, how do we deal with conflict? So obviously, no matter what age a person is, no matter what background a person comes from, we expect them to be mature gamers. I mean, in the least bit, being that when we do get on the game, we get on the game to enjoy ourselves. So why are you trying to stop someone from enjoying themselves? In any manner, in any fashion. So, like I said, we do expect people, and people should expect others to play in a mature fashion, game in a mature fashion. And if we are gaming in a mature fashion, then we shouldn't have to deal with irrationalities or, people being irrational. So, with that being said, in any situation where there is confusion, then we must gain clarity. And in gaining clarity, now we have to figure out where the disturbance started. So for myself, and I'm sure you probably seen this, you have seen this on the Law of Man. It says fouls are forbidden, and the reason why fouls are forbidden is because if everybody's here to have a good time, there should be no fouls. So same thing for disruptions is what we call them, disruptions. If a player is purposely causing a disruption, then obviously we have to stop this player from being a disruption. That is the only problem that we have. In this scenario, if there is a disruption, the only thing that we're here to do is try to settle the disruption. Um, and I think more people on a, like you said, on a broader level, I think that's where a lot of people should start is with the disruption itself. If a player is being disruptive, then you should address that player, and you should address that player in a gentleman like fashion, in a de-escalating fashion. Because obviously, if you're not the bringer of trouble, then you shouldn't be the keeper of trouble either. So if you're having a discussion with somebody or you trying to figure out what's going on, the last thing you want to do is add fuel to the fire. Um, and we lead with positivity. We lead with, the right from wrong type of attitude. We all know what's right. We all know how to treat our fellow gamer. We all know what disrespect is. We don't want to be people that treat each other small or think small of one another or, none of that stuff. So if you really do want to have a good time and you want to connect with the gamers and you want to have a respectful place to game with, the people around you, and you want to grow with the people around you, then you know what's right to do, of those with those people or by those people. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, for sure. Nah, for sure. I feel like that is leading with positivity. That was a very well spoken, well way to put it. Essentially, because like you said, if I'm trying to address something, I'm trying to get down to the absolute bottom of it. Why am I trying to essentially already condemn you? I really like the way you put that. Um, usually, with our crew, it kind of is very situational, but I feel like that's a model that we should try to run. Honestly, I really like the way you did, or you put that, brother.
Yes, sir. I believe that whenever you can never let a person, no matter what is going on, don't let a person, like for us right now, being that we are the GTA government, we consider ourselves a very reputable organization. So for us to appear here with you guys, it's because we believe that what you're doing is admirable and we believe that you're reputable gamers. And we would like for that to carry on, and we would like for, us being here is hopefully going to make more people pay attention and see that what you guys are doing is a real thing. It's a positive thing. And I will hope that you guys would maintain that message. So, in cases of, you may have to address a disruption in your organization. And I would suggest approaching the situation instead of attacking a situation. And sometimes you have that conversation with a person and you'll never have a problem with them again. Or you have the conversation and you find out what's actually bothering that person. Sometimes when people just join in a new crew or something, well, two things I want to say there. You can't treat the new people in the organization like the older people in the organization, because when you just meet a person and bring them into your crew, this could be a person that has never been a part of a crew as luxurious as yours. They don't know how to treat it. They don't know how to be a part of this. They still trying to figure it out. And a lot of people think that because they're new, that they're already not going to get the respect that the bigger, the people that's been around longer or the bigger ranks and stuff, they think they're not going to get the same respect. So they put up a wall and they try to maintain or preserve their like their stature or their reputation or whatever, their manhood is, I guess. They don't want to be disrespected. In the moment somebody says something wrong, they get all defensive. But a lot of times that's just because they don't understand that you're in a place where we'll never disrespect you, so you can put that guard down. It could have been just a joke, but somebody takes a joke the wrong way because they don't connect with the person that it's coming from. When in reality, this person is a person who jokes with the people that he like. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Who don't?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
so
cool. That was cool.
yeah.
Like,
So I
that's how
think
it be too.
sometimes it just be the communication, the misunderstanding, helping people understand that you're in a safe place, you can let your guard down, you know. And most of the time a conversation, remember the microphone is your biggest weapon. So
Hundred
you have a
percent.
conversation with them.
I want to
Yes,
say
sir.
I thank you for saying that about, what I mean, the podcast and what we got going on. You know what I mean? On behalf of myself and behalf of our entire crew, you know what I mean? We really appreciate that. Most definitely.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You're welcome. Y'all welcome.
I would like to add on to this topic about the conflicts.
What you got?
Yeah. No
I don't
doubt,
know if
bro.
I've been properly introduced yet, but I'm Reese. I'm second in command of Wake in the Secret Service. But being in second command, obviously I've been in Wake for a minute now. I mean, I've known Hunter since I couldn't even tell you. It's been a long time. Ever since I first got my PS4, so probably around 6 years old. So I've been here for a minute. I was in goals at one point in time, and then we kind of just stopped playing, and then I joined Wick. But yeah, I mean we've come across many conflicts within the session, within our organization, and with other people's organizations too, and even in role play communities. I mean we've been held to a higher standard based on our background and history of security detail and stuff. So I mean we're pretty we're well armed when it comes to conflict. I've been in many conflicts too in WIC and in other organizations that I mean I'm not proud of some of them, but I've continued to grow and learn from like how to better handle the situations, and I can say that I'm proud of WIC and how we've been able to handle conflict. I mean, I think we've definitely gotten better from when we first started out
I
because
think what I think what Reese is trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, Reese. I get your message. I wanna help you with this message. Because I know you're trying not to say the wrong thing.
No, yeah, I
But
definitely understand what you're saying for sure. See.
basically what he's saying is that when it comes to actual conflict, and fix me if I'm wrong, Reese. But yes, there are times where conflict becomes physical. And in times where conflict becomes physical, we are also professional. So And if we do have to come into a situation where there is combat involved, yes, we are still professional, and we won't go easy.
100%. Hey, Reach, bro, was you down since PS3 too, or like did you come along PS4, PS5?
Nah, I was a youngin' back in when GTA was on PS3. I
PS3.
wasn't
That's what's up.
able to get me play online. I was still in the story mode stages of GTA, but I'd say it was about Christmas of about 2015, 2016 is when I first started playing, and about a week after I first started playing online is when I met Hunter. And then I met Poke from there, and I don't know. I've known these guys for a while, and
So it's like a family basically, more than a
yeah,
family. It's bigger than GTA. Would you say?
yeah. I mean, we've tried to fall out a couple times, and I've came back and they've welcomed me with open arms every time, and I'm sure they'll continue to keep doing it. And it's one great big family, and I'm happy to be here.
No, that's what's up. That's
That's
what's
Appreciate
what's
that,
up.
up,
Reese.
bro.
Hey man, one time before we get out of here, man. Shout out to the stream. Shout out to everybody rocking with us right now. They've been in this motherfucker soaking up game. I hope y'all been taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Because this is some free game right here. Before we get out of here, is there anybody y'all want to shout out? Anybody y'all want to say what's up to? Any promotions or anything like that, man? Y'all got the floor.
I want to
Um,
shout out all of
Go.
the Wick Enterprises members, man. Wick Enterprises, you guys have been doing a great job. Love to have you guys on the team. One of the few
Shout
people, one
out.
of the few organizations that are, that we call family 100%. We stand behind those guys, everything they do. Of course, their leader is a part of our organization, but that is not the only reason I'm saying this. Those guys are great at what they do. They are literally the epitome of a GTA protection agency. And everybody, all of our followers, all of our supporters, the people that help us carry this message, help us share positivity across the gaming community, the gaming world. The gaming world is a real world. I know it's inside of the TV, but these are real people, and just everybody who show love and help people enjoy Los Santos the way they do. And also one time for the Real Talk podcast.
Man, we appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate that,
Um,
Definitely,
man.
man. Shout
Yes,
out
sir.
GTA government, man. Shout out, you know what I mean, everybody who's down with the government for sure. Shout out to the president, Mr. President, that is. You know what I mean? Shout out Miss Pocahontas, all y'all.
Oh, me, man. Hey man, also too, man, we host events, so hopefully next time we throwing something, man, you guys can join up on the guys, bring the family, you know what I'm saying, show you how we do it, you know what I'm
Maybe
saying. I
one
think
day
it'll be
we
a
could
good
pull
thing.
up on y'all. You know what I mean? I would love to pull up in some nice suits. You know what I mean? And show y'all. You know what I mean? Or just see how y'all. You know what I mean? Get down type things. I didn't get to put my suit on today, so y'all give me another chance, Mr. President. Don't you worry about it. I got
Nigga ain't
that
even got
suit.
a shirt on.
You know what I mean?
Hey, count us in, man. Let's do a collab. Count us
Yeah, no
in.
doubt, no
Of
doubt, man.
course.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah.
And we thank y'all for pulling up. You know what I mean? We, like I said,
Thanks
super
for
big
having
fans
us.
of what y'all got going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We up and coming, and we see y'all what y'all got going on, and we, you know what I mean, wanted y'all on this show. So definitely, we appreciate you guys for pulling up. You know what I mean? It was kind of took a couple days. You know what I mean? The schedule. You know what I mean? The hurricane, the power outages, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? So we glad we finally got to make this happen. Most definitely.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind, I just want to promote something for the RP people out there who are getting into it.
Most
Just while
definitely.
I
Mm-hmm.
get the floor, if it's all right with y'all
Yeah,
promoting
yeah,
Nah,
them.
do your
it's all
thing.
good, bro. Most definitely. That's what we're here for, bro.
I want to promote them not only because I've seen it. They have the same look at the community as the GTA government, which is rare to find in roleplay communities. But Diamond State Network, or the that is probably the fastest growing PlayStation, Xbox, both old gen, new gen console roleplay server. Is definitely, if you're looking to start roleplay, start somewhere new, I would say that's probably your best bet when it comes to a new server. They are not biased, they are 100% respectful, and they have the same outlook as, the president, Madam Secretary, my guys, me. I'm sure you guys, everyone in this room, they got the same outlook, and 90% of my guys, you know, um, Google search bar here, Reese, me, myself, Art, Uvex, you know, all of us are a part of that community and help keep it running. And if you're looking to start your role playing community there, this goes for anyone in this room who is not yet a part of the community and, you know, just interested. Diamond State Network is probably one of the best, fastest growing, and most openly accepting member servers you can find in 2024, 2025 at this moment. I just wanted to give them a
Definitely.
quick shout out since
And where can
I
they
didn't get to
find
touch
that?
up on it.
Where can they
What?
find that? Where can they find
They
that?
Yeah, because
got
I'm interested too.
they got a TikTok account. You can go on the Discord and search up and they got a YouTube channel at this point. I think it's fresh. Diamond State Network.
Diamond State
Those
Network,
are
yeah.
the yeah.
Okay, most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, we'll love to, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, for the viewers, definitely. But me and myself, you know what I mean? I definitely love to pull up, see what the server is talking about, you know what I mean? That'd be super cool. I mean, from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like I've experienced something like that. So definitely, I'll definitely be interested.
Let's see.
Oh, everybody lagging out. Not everybody lagging out. That's all good. It's
It's
all
not that
good.
time.
Yeah, it's all good. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We definitely thank you guys for pulling up. You know what I mean? Shout out you guys for pulling up to the Real Talk GTA podcast. Shout out to the GTA government. You know what I mean? Shout out to the viewers on live stream watching this whole way. You know what I mean? This whole podcast. We appreciate everybody for pulling up, most definitely.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Thank you,
having
thank
us.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Definitely.
having us.
And we are cut. Most definitely. Thank you.